Terrific player Virat Kohli, and you're looking at numbers that are bound to improve. What a great start this is for West Indies. Unexpected move to have Bishu bowl the first over after lunch, but Bishu has struck. See there at the bottom, Pujara gone for 16. Didn't hit a boundary. I think he was trying to hit a boundary on that ball. Longest he's batted at the start of this innings without actually hitting a boundary. Pujara 74 for 2. Bishu will continue. His first spell in this test match came after lunch, and he got a wicket in his first over.
And I guess when he first came on, and the discussion that would have gone on during lunch would have to suggest that you're going to stock one end up, and as you mentioned, we'll have the fast bowlers from the end that we are doing our commentary, and to see where they go from there. But it's a good start so far, apart from maybe keeping things tight to get a wicket. That's a huge bonus.
Yeah, good point, because that's where the captain feels really blessed. Using one bowler to just bottle one end up has got you a good wicket of Pujara. Another good test match wicket. Vijay, Pujara. Oh, it's gone through his legs, I think, this one. That's bonus 4 runs this time for India. And 3,000 runs for Virat Kohli.
Oh, it's a marvelous achievement. You know, especially when you have a guy like Virat Kohli. Come on, Marlon. You're too experienced for that. Shouldn't be letting balls like that go through, especially the high level of fieldsmanship in international cricket today. That, I think, he deserves a nasty look.
That's the kind of shot maybe Pujara was looking to play. But Virat Kohli. Oh, well played. There's a bit of swing, but delightfully played by Virat Kohli to get 4.
Wow, what a magnificent shot. Even though it wasn't in front of the wicket, because of the lack of not having a third man. To me, he spotted that early, even though it swung and it was of full length. And it's just about the magnificent hand or hands of the individual. Just guided through between gully and the second slip. No need for him to actually even move.
So already in just about 10 minutes, he's got 2 fours, Virat Kohli.
To get singles taken on a regular basis.
An excellent runner between the wickets, Virat Kohli. This is really an opportunity for people like Virat Kohli, who didn't quite get the runs in that last series against South Africa. They won matches, but Ajjubhai was the only Indian batsman who got 100 in that series. He got 2 in the last test. All the others just got scores of 30, 40. I think Virat's highest was maybe 88.
And if I know the individual well enough in terms of what I would have seen so far, that he'll be looking to capitalize here. He would have known that, especially what you just mentioned. So I guess he'll be thinking to get in, and when I get in, it's going to be huge.
9 runs from the over. It's 103 for 2.
But it's something we see a lot of. Once a partnership forms, it tends to be a lull in the energy out there. Instead of seeing players trying to get that intensity back, encourage the bowler, try to make something happen. Those are the times when team energy is very, very important, when you need to make something happen because the game is slipping from you. So maybe just a change in game plan here by Shane Dowrich. Obviously has had a input into that conversation, which is good. He's in a position where he's seeing everything. Maybe saying, if we look at Virat Kohli, he's been playing at a lot of balls that are very wide of off stump. Maybe we should try to bowl a little fuller and a little wider. Get him to drive in that sort of area, but a little bit fuller. He seems to like to go after anything that's pitched up wide of off stump. But if that's the plan, I'm not seeing anyone deep on the boundary, which there should be. There should be a sweeper of some kind if you're expecting him to play in that region.
He is strong off his legs, but they haven't bowled much there. There it goes. He was testing patience of Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli fell for it. Unfortunately, not many men there in that area. Goes for 4.
Yeah, I think an extra man in the offside would have been handy there. At a second gully or even square on the boundary.
He tested his patience. He's one who likes to get on with the game, and the plan seems to be working. But the extra fielder that they've had, we were talking about that when we saw that field.
That tour of India, he wasn't the same again. That should go for 4. Long hop and got the treatment.
Bound to happen at times when you bowl long spells. You tend to drag one down, and Virat Kohli is not one to miss out. Moves those feet beautifully, makes that space, makes that length, and pulls it with ease. Something what Pujara was trying to do, but feet weren't moving the same as Virat Kohli's did.
Well, got very deep into the crease, gave himself enough time to put it where he wanted to. He's bowled tidily, Bishu.
That's gone away for 4 and 50 for Virat Kohli, the Indian captain. Number 13 in Test match cricket, to go with 11 Test match hundreds.
Oh, he's just a magnificent player. And, you know, we saw him today, especially with the 2 batters, you know, who was in before him. There didn't seem to be any urgency in terms of turning the strike over. But ever since Kohli came to the crease, you can see the urgency in the 1. He pushes him. There are times when it just looks like 2. He pushes to get that extra 3, and you know, it's not just a skilled player, but in terms of his thought process, how he can put maximum pressure on the field inside.
Beautiful, beautiful. Drive down the offside, always a pleasure to watch it. 157 for 2. Sweet. It's a slow outfield, but it won't stop that extra cover push.
To be fair, Bish, there's no way Virat Kohli should be looking to run. And I think this is the problem that you have on such an outfield at this stage, where it's a little slow when the ball is running across the ground itself. But that to me was too much class in order for you to at least set off for a run or 2. But in the end, as you said, well timed. If they pull it back a little bit.
Sweet. Another push. Slightly quicker on that side of the ground. Almost identical to the one that he pushed for 4 off Brathwaite previously.
I'm just a little disappointed when you would have had a replay of that shot. Just to see just the way in which the ball is running across the ground itself. With shots like that, that's so superbly timed, you would expect a little bit more run through the outfield, and that's the only thing that I think would have spoiled such brilliance.
Maybe the batting position available as well. Runs. Really a time where India can push the advantage now.
And I heard Virat Kohli actually talk about the tiredness, the West Indian bowlers. I think he was talking about maybe Bishu or somebody, and he was trying to convey to his partner is looking tired. All the more reason for the batsman to grab this opportunity. A tiring bowling attack. Virat Kohli well said. I think Ajinkya Rahane class act to actually even put even more pressure on the bowlers.
bowled well. He's bowled a good length. He's bowled a good line. And he gets the odd ball to hurry up.
You don't see much spin so far, but at least he's been economical. And this is what it's all about. If you're not getting wickets, it's about not giving too many away. Having said that, Virat Kohli just eased it through the onside and never seemed to pick that up with much anger. But I think that was well timed.
Well, it's sped away to the boundary. Have a look at the way the bottom hand's been brought into play. So he's taken it from around the off stump and slightly outside. And remember, this is a leg spinner, so the ball would be turning away from the bat. But look at the bottom hand now coming into play. Bang. It's gone past mid-wicket for a boundary.
These are some of the shots that I normally speak about when you look at Indian batsmanship. The wrist, you know, you could see that so long as you got to the pitch of the ball, it was like I could hit it anywhere on the pitch, on the park.
He's raced to 87 of 117 deliveries. And it's an easy delivery that, a full toss, but it still had to be put away from the fielders, and that's what the Indian skipper has done in style. Gets into the 90s now.
Have a look at this shot. I think it wasn't that full, but I think when you're that close to a particular delivery, because he just pitched just before, but he had a fair idea what he wanted to do with it, and when you can't get away with such deliveries to Virat Kohli, he's going to score and score well. He did.
Missed out on that, hit it straight to the fielder. It's 226 for 3.
That at least they try and keep control of exactly what's happening in this match so far. We just saw a brilliant stop at mid-off from Marlon, so one of the oldest members of the team as well. That one run.
That's it. Century number 12 and his 5th as captain of India. It's also the second fastest of his career. Of 134 deliveries, Virat Kohli, the Indian captain, 12th century. Anil Kumble joining in the applause.
It's a marvelous knock, Sonny. I guess when he came in at the time, there were still some doubts about where this inning was going to go. But to come here and to score his very first 100 against the West Indies as well.
And if he gets more deliveries like that, it won't be that difficult. And this brings up his 1,000th runs as captain of India.
Flourished as a captain. I mean, as a player, he's grown, but since he's taken over his captaincy, his batting's got more consistent. The hunger for runs has got more and more, and if he gets a few more like that, yes, surely, why not? Why double? We should be thinking even further.
That's nicely played. Just use the bowler's pace, and this could very well win the race. And that'll be a close thing. Let's take a closer look at that. Knocks it back nicely, but clearly in contact with the boundary, so that'll be a 4.
There's another example there. Split that field. There is a deep point. You've got a short extra cover, and he bisects all of them with ease.
Well, he was overpitched and gave him the width he needed to find the gap. But they've got to be patient and try to bowl a bit tighter. Things have gotten loose in the last hour or so. It's 268 for 4.
Virat Kohli arrived and the run rate started improving.
That's what when you have a Captain Marvelous in your team. When I saw him that first night out at the Sugar Ridge Hotel, I can remember these are some of the things he speaks about, and I would say to maybe some of the younger players as well. It is so inspiring when you have a leader who leads from the front. All what you got to do is follow.
It's interesting they've got the off spinner now bowling, so I just wonder what the plans are.
Try and get not to give us too many overtime here in the commentary booth.
But then you also get some easy runs as well. Not sure whether bowling the overs should be priority. It should be about not conceding too many runs and maybe get a wicket, because the batting team as well can be under pressure as they come to the end of the day.
Especially with the light as well seems to be fading. It is a great opportunity, and regardless of whether or not you may have to pay a fine, it will be of vital importance that at least you have 2 or 3 overs with the new ball this evening.
Couple of runs to Kohli.
No, in a situation like this, bowling to for Shannon Gabriel, he is the quicker of the 2 bowlers. He's potentially the more hostile of the 2.
That's gone for 4 through Shannon Gabriel, and it brings up 150 for Virat Kohli. Only the second time he's gone past that landmark in his career so far.
It's a very good batting wicket. That one didn't come up with a lot of pace, and Jason Holder doesn't have a lot of pace. Easily put away by Virat Kohli. So his 12th Test century keeps on rolling.
And yet to have a double 100 in Test match cricket or first class cricket. And there's an exhaustive list of players who haven't achieved that really over time. Good players, but I would expect someone who scores as quickly and as dominantly as Kohli to break that landmark.
Beautifully driven that. India's made a good start today to the second day play. 6-7 overs into the second day's play. India's batting is looking as solid as it did yesterday, and Virat Kohli is just looking sublime.
That's clean bowled as well, and that's a clean shot. It's the Virat Kohli signature cover drive. 350 comes up, 350 for 4.
Some more people at the ground today than yesterday. Today, of course, it's the second day of the play. Friday as well. Maybe we'll get more people tomorrow and day after, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, what a shot that. Just a little push, just a little punch, and it gets a boundary. And he now gets his highest score in Test cricket. 169 was his highest score up till now. 172 to the Indian skipper.
Not from the first, for the first time. Just a little push results in a boundary.
Oh, took him by surprise, this one. But Virat Kohli was quick to latch onto it because his initial movement was towards the front. But the way he transferred his weight, terrific stuff.
Well, the key here is that he didn't try to hit it too square. Just around, just outside off stump, and just aimed it wide of it on.
And that'll be a boundary. The fielder at long off can't do much. It's quite deliberately played. You can see that he's moved just a little bit towards the off stump.
Made sure that he'd closed the face on it.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Got right to the pitch of the ball and drove it through the covers, the Indian captain.
Just quite a half volley, just hit through the line of it. Got very close to it. Describes a nice arc straight through the line.
He's going to get a couple of runs here. And I think he's adjusted his running to be on strike on this occasion. He could have got his third run, but he knows there's a hint of smile appearing as well.
Why not? I'm in control. I'm 198 at this point. There's no need to be, you know, let me just take my time. There's still some time in order for me to accomplish this. You can see it early, well called. You can see him saying early, stay there, Ashi, I'll take care of business.
And look at Ashwin, he wasn't making things any easier for Virat Kohli. He wanted the third. So here we go, Virat Kohli 198. It's something about, you know, milestones. There's a little bit of tension at the moment there. You're seeing the funny side of it.
But it's amazing, whenever you are a batter and you get yourself in such position, it's amazing how easily you will get to 198. But then all of a sudden, 2 runs in order to accomplish that particular milestone. Sometimes how hard it is to get there.
And now this is Virat Kohli's highest first-class score. Moves on to 199. 2 minutes to go before the lunch break, so we'll have another over. 403 for 4. But it's on the gap. There's a fielder there in the deep, and that's the single that will take him to 200 runs. Anil Kumble is taking a picture. Sunil Gavaskar there applauding as well. He knows how it is to get double hundreds as India captain. But Virat Kohli, the first Indian captain to get a double hundred outside India.
Absolutely magnificent. And you wouldn't believe the very first time when I met him at the Sugar Ridge, and I did say to him, good luck. I didn't expect that he would go this far. You know, he's just been magnificent throughout this whole innings. From the moment he came to the crease, hear about folks speak about, oh, is he the real deal? For sure, he's the real deal.
Oh, Bolden, what a start for West Indies. Can you believe it? Just about a break. Something, you know, something that you can't explain happens after a break. Well said, batsman. Didn't put a foot wrong through his long tenure at the crease. Come a lunch break, and he's played one on to his stumps.
We're going to have a little look at here, Sanjay. And you can see it was there in the area for him to have a smack through the offside. I think it just caught the inside edge. It was rather a little quick, in my opinion, with the shot. And by doing so, caught the inside edge And that's a good wicket for the Windies in terms of the rest that they would have had. That's the sort of recipe at this stage. They were thinking now that we'll be able to manage this innings as best as they can. And I think with the fall of Kohli's wicket, the best thing for them is to try and accomplish that.
People rising to their feet, applauding what was a terrific innings from the Indian captain. Unfortunately, coming to an instant end in the second session. So Virat Kohli gone on the 200, exact 200, and India now 404 for 5.